Welcome back. Now we're going to look at accepting payment and sending payment for items that you sell or buy on eBay. The vast majority of sellers will only accept PayPal as a payment. You as a buyer will want to only accept PayPal as well. PayPal is owned by eBay, and it makes the entire process much simpler when using PayPal. Any claims you make, like you didn't receive an item, the item was the wrong description, the seller didn't pay for the item, etc., are much easier to substantiate if PayPal is the payment method. So you'll want to use PayPal. Now, we'll walk through buying an item using PayPal, and then we'll talk about accepting PayPal when you sell items. So on the screen now we have 3DS games, specifically Yoshi's New Island. So we click on the listing and we see that we can buy it now for $25. So we don't have to bid to place a bid. We just click buy it now, pay $25, and it is ours. Now, like we talked about in our previous lesson, we want to look at the feedback of the seller. Good positive feedback, 175 different transactions this seller's been rated on. So pretty good. So we're going to click buy it now. And we're going to get this screen here. Now, how do we want to pay? Well, we're going to pay with PayPal. Now notice this seller accepts Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Notice it says processed with PayPal. So even though it says credit card, it's still running through PayPal. So $25 to buy this item. I just threw a coupon on there. Sometimes eBay will send you coupons. So we're going to buy this item now. So we're going to click continue. And then we're going to go to PayPal. Now, I'm not going to record the PayPal process. I'm going to pause the video here and come back after I've completed the PayPal process to protect personal information. Now that the purchase has been completed, if this is your first time making a purchase, you will get the option to link your eBay and PayPal account by clicking complete checkout. I'm not going to do that now because I have my PayPal account linked to my main eBay account. So I'm going to click not now. So thank you for your purchase. You will receive a confirmation shortly. Now it'll give you an estimated date of delivery. Now, as we talked about in the last video on selling, this date depends on the seller's handling time being accurately put in by the seller and the shipping method that the seller selected, which this one was economy shipping, which is USPS, the Postal Service, and whatever handling time the seller put in. So, again, I'll make this note. If you're a seller, please accurately list your handling time. If it's going to take you 2 days in most cases, don't put same business day handling time. It will create problems for you when buyers do not get their items in the time frame that is expected. So it's that easy to buy something on eBay. Now, if we were in an auction setting, instead of being able to directly buy it now, we would have to win the auction. When the auction was over, if we were the highest bidder, the process would be pretty much identical. There'd be a checkout. You'd go to PayPal. If your accounts are linked, you don't actually have to go to the PayPal site. Everything happens on eBay. eBay site, you don't actually transfer anything to PayPal. But the process is the same, and then you'll get a thank you for your purchase. You'll get an email confirmation. All of that will be exactly the same. Now, if you're a seller and you sell on eBay, 99% of your transactions will occur through PayPal. So if we go to my eBay here, here's the item I just bought in the video a minute ago. Now, if we go to selling, we will see all selling. Now, I'm not selling anything right now, so there's nothing to display. If I was selling on it, if I had an item listed for sale, we would see it here. Now, from the seller's perspective, when I sell an item and someone either wins my auction or buy it now, an email will be dispatched from eBay to the seller, to the buyer, telling them congratulations, you won the auction. You will also have the ability through My eBay to send them a personalized message, not just a form message that eBay sends, but a more personalized message saying, hey, thanks for buying my item, I will ship it out tomorrow. Whatever you want to say to the buyer. And I'll show you how to do that. If we go back to buy here, okay, now I'm back on the buy page, and notice one of my options is contact seller. And this will allow me to send a message to the seller. Now, if you are the seller, instead of contact seller, this will say contact buyer. And this will allow you to send an eBay and email message to the buyer, or in this case, the seller, saying whatever you need to say. If you sell an item, I'd recommend you send a personalized message. It's good customer service versus just the form message that eBay sends. Now back here on the selling page, any payments that I have will be shown here. Once someone pays, that money will be deposited in your PayPal account. Sometimes immediately, sometimes after eBay has verified the item has arrived. As a new seller, if you're brand new on eBay, you will have limits on how much you can sell and when you get paid. This is to protect buyers from sellers that sell things and never ship them and then get paid, and make it difficult for eBay to recover that money for you, or PayPal to recover that money. So when you start out, there will be limitations placed on your account. These are normal. These are not anything to be worried about, what I do wrong. These are normal to protect the eBay community from rogue users. It's unfortunate that we have rogue users, but we do in such a large community. So there's things in place to make sure as a new seller you don't get overwhelmed, which is I'm selling too much, and I don't sell things that I don't ship. As you sell more frequently and the number of items, those limits will be revised, raised, or removed completely. So we talked about and showed how to buy an item using PayPal, and we've talked about selling and accepting PayPal. I'll say this again in summary. You will want to accept PayPal as your primary payment method. That allows buyers to pay with a checking account, a major credit card, or bill me later, which by the time of this video might be under its new name, PayPal Credit, which allows them to basically charge it and pay later without having to use a major credit card. And that is now a pretty common payment method accepted on eBay. Now the seller can choose whether to accept bill me later or just PayPal, but to the seller, pretty much the options are the same. They get paid the same, so there's really no reason not to accept one over the other. Unless you're shipping internationally, then some differences can apply. But like I said in the last video, I'd strongly recommend, especially when you're starting out, to only sell in your home country. Don't get into shipping internationally unless you have items that would be popular elsewhere than your home country. Like if I'm in America and I have some, I moved from Asia recently, I have some artifacts or things that would be popular in Asia but not necessarily popular here, maybe I would consider it. But for the vast majority of sellers, that's not the case. So I strongly recommend staying in your home country, at least at first. It'll make life for you as a new seller, beginning seller,